So first of all, we're going to look here at our handler here, handler mark in the middle. We're going to see what a good job she does at not letting her get back. She stays balanced and she stays a bit like a wall, so she doesn't give up the space that she's occupying. There we go. So the back dump is taken instead. If we go back just a few seconds, I'm going to bring attention to a downfield cutter defense that I think is a really good example of buffering. So we're going to be looking here. She comes in close. She's well on her by the time the disc is a potential threat to be thrown to her. She stays behind. That's what they're doing. They're trying to back up on those cuts. And then as she comes back around, she's still touch tight. She hasn't let her out of her sight. She was also always aware of where the disc was. They're doing a really good job of dump defense in this drill, or in this point. So just here though, they do let off a little bit of a sideways pop, but it's saved really well by a help defense. So going to highlight cutter, or a defender, sorry, getting completely wrong-footed here. So bring your attention here to the cutters there. The Japanese player is going to make a move under, or well, just a tiny move under, and then go deep. And she completely gets free there, really easily and with good timing. So we see that the defender turns her back to her. Essentially, she loses position. The other thing I noticed is that she doesn't really know where the disc is. So she just hasn't checked in with the disc in the last few seconds, and it's moved to two different people in that time. So we go slow. She's watching her player only, watching her player. She kind of stays with her. The disc is thrown. She's still watching her player. She doesn't realize the disc is moved. The disc is thrown again here. Then she kind of checks in, but her player is gone. Now, what we have here is help defense down here. She read the play extremely early. So she is reading the play well before that player has even gotten lost. So around here, she has her head up. She sees that disc moving to a potential popper. She turns around, she spots the deep cut, and she stays deep. Possibly not the exact sequence I said, but she stays aware as she's moving and she's covering deep. Her player has to get the disc then wide open, but she has prevented them from getting the goal right then and there, or prevented them from getting many yards, and they're just taking a sideline pass that ends up having to be a layout. So she actually has loads of time to get the mark on even before the person stands up. Good defense, pushing them back again. But here we have my favorite part coming up. So the player actually falls over the defender here. Watch a little bit of slow motion. She just slips, that's all. I mean, it happens to us all. So she slips, but she recovers as fast as she can. She can't get the mark on, but she sprints. She recovers here enough to create a turnover because the throw has to be curved, arced around. I'm going to bring it back as well because I'm pretty sure her hustle there causes the offense, the handler cutter, to feel like she has to come more towards the sideline rather than straighten out her cut, which is what the thrower is expecting. The thrower expects her to straighten out her cut into the end zone, but she actually feels the need to come across here. So you see her hips are pointing towards the sideline, because if she goes straight, then she's really losing the space. The throw could potentially just be blocked by the cutter coming across, so she's trying to give another option by going a bit wider, but I think that's a miscommunication then that leads to the thrower trying to throw a curved throw, but her hips are facing the wrong direction to try and make up for that quickly enough. And that's my take on that clip.